What's going on? YouTuber back with Shades, and we're gonna continue our let's play of Katawa Shoujo. Last time we left off, I left you on an epic cliffhanger on purpose because I love teasing people. But yes, I guess Hisao and Emi are now completely and utterly canon, and I'm really happy about that. And the reason I stopped yesterday where I was is because, one, if I didn't stop, I would never have stopped because I was way too excited and like it was amazing and I loved it, and it was like a super emotional moment for me because I got super excited. I like all my actions there, like those were real reactions. I love sappy crap like this, and not to call it crap, but like I just love it, and because this game actually gives me everything I want, it's amazing. So anyway, I'll just stop talking and we're gonna get to this. Okay, proper narration. Her lips taste faintly of strawberries. She leans into the kiss, her arms tighten around the back of my head, making sure that I don't pull away. Not that there was any danger of that. There's a churning feeling in my gut. The world falls away. There's just me and her and this bench. So the bench is the third wheel? My arms tighten, drawing her waist closer, entranced by the feel of her. I inhale her scent, my mind trying desperately to memorize everything about how she tastes, how she smells, how she feels. And the bell rings! Ultimate cockblock! The ringing of the bell snaps us both back to reality, and we break the kiss. And I'm gonna slow the text down a little more. Only because the reason why I read so fast is because I'm trying to keep up with the pace of the text. I think it's a subconscious thing, I'm not quite sure. But I'm going to slow it down a little more just so it forces me to slow down my reading. Emi's cheeks are slightly flushed, and she seems to be catching her breath in her defense. So am I. Okay, that's too slow. I'm stuttering. It's her. We stand there for a few moments, trying to wrap our heads around what we've just done. Emi is the first to break the silence. So, wanna grab dinner after I'm done with practice? What a coincidence. I was about to ask you the same thing. Well, actually, I suppose I was going to, but some kind of proper date on the weekend or something, but the thought was there, I think. Emi gives me a playful shove. Yeah, right. You were still in shock from how incredibly awesome I am at kissing. We begin to head down the stairs, back to our respective classrooms. Duel! Hey, I didn't see you talking immediately. Oops, what? Hey, I didn't see you talking immediately afterwards either. That I didn't. See you after practice, Hisao. She leans in and quickly gives me a quick kiss on the middle of the hallway, sending me into another brief state of mental freefall. So cute, so cute. As I head to my classroom, a giggling Misha greets me. Why, Hee-chan, you romantic, you! Did you confess on the rooftop? Did you? Actually, I think it was the other way around. This sends Misha into a fresh fit of laughter. By the way, does Misha actually have a disability of some sort, or is it just that she's a translator for Shizune? I have no idea. It's probably just another one that's not apparent. You can't see it. Young love is so unpredictable, isn't it? This being Misha, I suppose I should have expected her to tease me over this. I guess. Before I can really respond, Muto's entered the room and Misha skips off to the seat, giggling all the while. I suspect that I'll get a lot of that sort of conversation now, especially seeing as how Emi kissed me right in the middle of the hallway. But it was so good! But somehow I don't care about that. For the first time since arriving here, my heart feels light. Sudden heart attack, you just die and the game ends. Oh, we got another paper CG. Oh, I'm guessing all the CGs, all the paper scraps we get in the opening menu are from when you go into new acts based on who you interact with. My head's in a spin through all Muto's class. I'm going to have dinner with Emi, who wants to be my girlfriend, no less. A date, and then she kissed me. That kiss, I keep going back to it, playing it over in my mind again and again. Everything about that moment feels so right. My mind drifts off, lost in thoughts of Emi. Nakai, hello? It seems like I've drifted a bit too far. I always forget what voice I give this guy, so I'm just gonna give him like a a serious teacher voice or whatever I'm gonna call it. Huh? What? Egad, you've contracted some kind of amnesia. Someone, get the nurse. Oh, I'm muted again, my bad. The class chuckles at Muto's antics. Sorry, sir. Won't happen again and all that, right? Exactly. Muto brightens considerably. Well, lovely to hear. I'd hate to have my star pupil slacking off after all. I've been doing well, but I hardly qualify as a star pupil, I think. I'm fairly certain that this class is the sort that everyone does well in. It's just memorizing formulas. True to my word, I managed to pay attention for the rest of the class. Nakai, may I have a word with you? I wonder if I'm in trouble for earlier. Sure. Am I in trouble? Muto looks genuinely confused for a moment. Beg your pardon? He tilts his head to one side and thinks for a moment. Oh, that. No, you're not in any sort of trouble. There's just a question I want to ask you. What's that? Nothing terrible. I was just wondering what your plans are for after graduation are. I messed that up so bad. Are you going to university? Yeah, I guess. I can't really see a reason not to go. Give it any thought to what you'll study? Not really, no. I figure I'll come up with something when I get there. Muto laughs. Taking things as they come, eh? I'd argue against it, but that's how I did things when I went to university. Well, not really. I knew I'd go into a science, I just wasn't sure which one. Ended up with physics, but could just as well have gone for astronomy or what have you. Actually, I did go for chemistry first, but there was all sorts of things. Muto trails off, and I frown slightly. It takes a minute for him to recover his train of thought, and I wait patiently for him to continue. So anyway, I did a lot of physics as well, but I had an interest in that, but I wasn't sure if it was for me. So I went back to chemistry, and here we are, yes? He smiles at me enthusiastically, as if waiting for me to confirm that yes, as here we are. Somehow I get the feeling that Muto had a plan for this conversation, but I'll be damned if I can figure it out. I'm sorry, I'm not following you. Muto frowns and rubs his chin a bit, looking perplexed. He then snaps his fingers as if he remembered what the point of all this was. Right, yes, you. Me? Yes, you should look into studying one of the sciences. You're fantastic at it. Unless you'd rather just go into math. Muto makes a sour face. Not a big fan of straight math. I always like the experiments more than the proofs. You're saying I should study science at university? Muto seems thrown off balance by my question. Well, sort of. You could also join the science club. Trouble is, there's not actually a science club. But there could be. You could even be a charter member. A founding father. Of course, you'd need to find out other members. Well, only if you wanted to. We could just start it up with the two of us. Oh god, he's trailing off so bad. And, I could give you the things to read, and we could talk about them. I could help you get ready for university and such as well. Wait. Muto rummages around in his briefcase and tosses me a book. Read that. If it's interesting, then we can talk about it. A Brief History of Time? I don't know if I actually want to read this, but Muto seems pretty excited about it. What's this about? I definitely need to speed up the text again. Sorry if I keep doing that, it's just I'm trying to find the right text speed so that I can properly read. Time, space-time, black holes and such. And it's not that dense, just to see if that sort of thing interesting for you. You understand. Hang around after class and we can either discuss it or I can show you how to make explosives in the lab. He waves a hand at my quizzical expression. Joking, sorry. Still, I've kept you here long enough for now. Think about science as a career path, Nakai. I think you'd enjoy it. Okay, I will. Thank you for the book. I leave the classroom and look up at the clock. Quite a chunk of time to kill till Emmy's out of practice. Guess I'll give this book a look. I should probably shower as well. Showering before a date's only proper, right? Well, of course. I head back to the dorms. Oh good, Kenji did not interrupt me. I hate him. I wonder where I'm supposed to meet Emmy anyway. She said after practice, but she didn't say where I should find her. Guess I can just swing by the track. That's probably best anyway. If she needs a shower, I can just wait for her in her room or something. Or in the hallway, I guess. That would be better as well. I take a quick shower, remembering to take my medication once I hop out. Now for a look at this book. Time skip, time skip, time skip. Also, I've seen a couple screenshots on Tumblr for this game. I'm trying very little to spoil anything. So far, I haven't been spoiled on anything so far, but I've been making assumptions based on fan art. Apparently I may have to censor a few things here and there. I might. I hope not. I hope those are just fan arts, just really good fan arts. But if they're not, I guess I'm just gonna censor stuff. That's not a big deal in all honesty. I wake with a start. Shit, what time is it? I glance at the clock, reveals that I've been asleep for nearly an hour. Thank goodness. Emmy's practice should be finishing up soon. I throw on some casual clothes and I head for the track. Sorry guys, I'll be right back. I have to go to the bathroom. Alright, ladies and gents, I have returned. Somehow I get the feeling we won't be doing anything fancy for dinner. Emmy doesn't strike me as a very fancy sort of person. Still, I suppose there's a lot I have yet to know about Emmy. Despite our newfound closeness, I still feel like I don't know her as well as I should. Oh well, I have lots of time to fix that. To be honest, I'm looking forward to getting to know her more. I'm so caught up in my own thoughts that I hardly register that I'm already at the track. Run onto the track, collide into someone, die. Emmy is nowhere to be found. Don't even see any signs of the track team. This could be embarrassing. I turn to head towards the girls' dormitory when I hear a shout. Hey, Hisao! Oh, alright. I turn to see Emmy making a beeline for me with a gym bag slung over her shoulder. She's changed to some decidedly more casual clothing, a pair of shorts and an olive green top. Her running blades have been replaced by more realistic looking legs that probably wouldn't fool anyone. Emmy doesn't seem to care about that, a fact that makes me smile. Hey, you came! I mean, I figured you would, but still. I suddenly find myself wrapped in a rather affectionate hug, and it proves to be impossible for me to keep what must be the world's largest grin off my face. Oh, you're so cute, so cute. Kawaii couple. Technically, I'm third wheeling. Well, of course I came. It'd be crazy not to, right? Emmy ponders for a moment. You know, that's true. I mean, I'm pretty amazing after all. I shrug in response. I certainly think so. It's an offhand remark, which is why I'm surprised to see that it seems to have caught Emmy by surprise. She blushes and smiles warmly at me before planting a kiss on my lips. That's my turn to be surprised. Emmy steps back, resting her weight on her back heel, looking pleased with herself. My brain fumbles for an appropriate response. I should compliment you more often. Emmy laughs and gives me a playful shove. Jerk. I throw an arm around Emmy's shoulders, and I'm pleased when she immediately leans into me as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Wow, God, my heart. So where to? Oh, whoops, wrong tone. I'm not actually sure. Where do people go on dates around here anyway? That's a damn good question. I've got no idea. Wow, you guys are the best couple ever. I mean, I'm all for spontaneous dates, but come on. Why don't we just head down to the Aura Mart and grab something portable? Emmy's face brightens at this idea. A picnic! I think you're onto something, Hisao. A picnic! Emmy shakes her arm around. Snakes! Oh my god. Her arm around my waist and we begin to head for the front gate. I'm entirely unsure what I meant to do in this situation, but at least Emmy seems to be equally clueless. Despite the relaxing feeling of being with Emmy, I can't help but feel a little tense. What if I do something wrong? I hate to make an ass out of myself. Just keep talking about how she has no legs, you'll be fine. Just don't talk about that, please. Don't talk about that. The trip to the Aura Mart is accompanied by Emmy's chatter about how practice went. I keep quiet for the most part, really enjoying the warmth of being around Emmy. I get a few odd looks from passers-by, but I don't mind. We wind up buying some bread and instant noodles, realizing too late that we cannot actually cook the latter in the park. Oh well, I'll make it for lunch or something. That'll work. The park is located after a brief loss of direction that I blame entirely on Emmy. She of course blames me. We find a spot beneath a tree and sit down. I lean back against the trunk. Emmy sits across from me. No, cuddle. You guys are too cute. So cute. Oh god. I guess we should have brought a blanket or something to sit on, huh? You guys are the best at planning. I don't mind. Neither do I. Oops, why am I so manly? Emmy tosses a package of bread as we dig in. Curry bread. Interesting. Guess I wasn't really paying attention to what I grabbed in the store. Hey Hisao, you look like a bread's a little spicy. I shake my head, trying in vain to keep an image of manliness. Nah, it's hardly spicy at all. I see. That's supposed to be why your face has gotten all red. Yes, exactly. The lack of spice has gotten my blood up. Because of the disappointment. Emmy laughs and swallows the last of her bread. Well, if you can't handle it, I'll be glad to take it off your hands. Hey, just because you wolfed down yours so quickly doesn't mean I'm going to give you mine. Emmy mock pouts, causing me to nearly choke on my bread with laughter. Aw, come on, Hisao! Aren't you supposed to be concerned with my making sure I've got enough to eat now? We're dating, you know. Though, Emmy looks troubled all of a sudden. I can't say I feel any different. What do you mean by that? What makes us a date? Real talk. For all of you guys who have very little experience with dating, it should not feel too different from being friends with this person. Of course, the connection is deeper, but the interaction between the two of you shouldn't change more than just being a little bit more affectionate with like physical contact and stuff like that, and kissing, of course, but there shouldn't be much difference. I mean, they are your girl/boy friend, and I'll always say this: when you are in a relationship with someone, never forget about the friend part. They are your friend, but on a deeper level. Okay? What makes this a date? It's just what we would have done anyway, really. But this should feel different because before we hadn't had lunch we were friends, but now we're a level above friends. You sound like Rin. Laughter escapes and Emmy grins. Well, she might have put that thought in my mind. We've talked about that sort of thing before. Really? About me? Not really, just stuff really. Rin thinks that the change of the label from friend to girlfriend seems arbitrary most of the time. Like there's no difference between the two. See? There really is a small difference between the two. I mean, like that's why I love it when people say like, I'm glad to be dating my best friend. That's how it should be. You shouldn't put your significant other on a pedestal that like they're not your friend, they're someone you're like bonded to or something. It's not like that. They're still your friend. I can think of at least one, you know? You don't tend to kiss your friends quite as much. For the second time today, Emmy blushes slightly and giggles. I suppose you're right. Exactly, I'm always right about things like this. Emmy rolls her eyes and chuckles. Guess you're pretty smart, huh? I nod in agreement. Yep. Even Muto thinks so. He thinks that you should go into some scientific study after graduation. Emmy raises an eyebrow. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm thinking I might actually do just that. Really, the more I consider the idea, the more it appeals to me. I make a mental note to look into it a little more closely. So what are you thinking of doing after graduation? Still planning on running? Emmy shrugs, seeming almost a bit hesitant. I don't know. If I'm good enough, I can find a team, I guess. You mean you aren't sure? I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. Really? You probably should, you know. Graduation isn't that far off. Aren't you guys juniors or something? I mean, I'm not sure how the Japanese school system works, but it is 4 years, right? Emmy fidgets a little nervously. Yeah, well, it's far enough, right? Besides, I've got other things to think about. There's a mischievous flash behind Emmy's eyes, and I suddenly find myself gloriously pinned against the tree. Gloriously? What? Like making sure this is a real date, right? Oh my. I mean, if we don't kiss, then it's not a date at all, right? I suppose so. Strawberries and curry, not the best combination, but I don't think I mind. Emmy sits back on my legs and grins again. There, science would approve, right? I have the oddest mental image of Muto nodding seriously and making a mark on some checklist. Dated girl? Check. Kiss? Check. That'd be funny. I can't help laughing at the idea. Well, I'll admit, this is the first time I've ever witnessed a kiss being met with laughter. Should I feel offended? No. I'm sure science approves. Why did I change his voice? Emmy beams at me, and I find it increasingly difficult to keep my brain functioning properly. How good! It is at this point I notice that Emmy has stolen the remainder of my curry bread while I was otherwise occupied with images of teachers wielding clipboards. Hey! Emmy tries to look innocent, but considering she's just crammed the last bits of my bread into her mouth, it does not appear to be working. Sorry, couldn't resist. Thief! I shrug from my companion. Is all I get in response. You used your feminine wiles on me. She wasn't that hungry anyway, but I still feel that the point needs to be made. Emmy seems confused by the phrase feminine wiles, but the understanding dawns on her features after a moment's thought. Wasn't anything of the sort. You were laughing. Feminine wiles don't involve laughing. I guess I can't argue with this. That doesn't change your thievery. Emmy laughs at my injured tone and gives me a playful shove. Fine, you can have the instant noodles. Are you kidding? That stuff's terrible. If anything, you should definitely eat it as a punishment. Another laugh from the girl sitting on my legs, both of which have fallen asleep by now. Boop! I twitch one leg trying to wake it up, which is the unintended effect of unbalancing Emmy, who falls to the side with a startled eek! Whoops, sorry about that. Legs fell asleep on me. Emmy remains on the ground, giggling. I stand up a little shakily, feeling the nerves on my legs return to normal. Enjoy those pins and needles, friend. My eyes wander over the scenery before fixing on the figure of Emmy, who has yet to get up. I know she's a lolly, but she looks dangerously like a little girl, and I'm scared. But then again, I know a good amount of girls who are like only a year younger than me, who look deceivingly young. Oh well. Her hair is splayed out around her head, her arms spread, and laughter is bubbling up through her mouth. Everything about Emmy seems condensed in this one image. Her energy, her spirit, her childish giggling. The urge to lay down on the grass with her rises swiftly from my back of my mind to the forefront of my thoughts, and indeed I am convinced that I would love nothing more than to do just that. Unfortunately, the sun has set, and it's probably time for us to get back to the dormitories. While Emmy may be happy to stay here all night, I don't think I have that ability. Besides, homework soon beckons. It wouldn't make sense to start thinking about things like university and then slack off, would it? I extend a hand to Emmy to help her up. We should probably get going. Emmy makes a sour face. You're right. She grabs my preferred hand, and I pull her to her feet into a hug. This time I'm the one who kisses her, unable to resist having Emmy against me. Seems a shame to leave, you know. Yeah, it does. But if we don't get back to the school soon, we'll probably get into trouble. Emmy pokes me in the ribs playfully. And you need to do your homework, I'm sure. Sadly, you're absolutely right. I throw my arms around her shoulders and we make the trek back to school, accompanied by the occasional bouts of laughter as our conversation jumps from subject to subject. Wow, that was wordy. Everything from running to school to the peculiar way one of the cafeteria workers smells. Alright. I feel like this mural just gets more and more on it. Whatever. All too soon we find ourselves outside of the girls' dormitory building. Wait, do I not talk to any of the other girls from now on? Or at least like interact with them, because that's kind of mean. I hate when that happens, because I like having friends. Real talk, don't let your significant other take over your life. You have a right to friends, you have a right to privacy, you may share a good amount of stuff, but there are things that you don't have to share. Real talk. Well, I guess I'll be going then. I guess so, huh? Emmy grins at me again with that mischievous look. Are you going to be able to survive without me? I laugh. I'm sure I'll manage. How terrible. Aren't you supposed to say something like, I'll be counting the seconds till you are away? Nah, I don't think so. Emmy pulls me down into a quick goodbye kiss and steps back, looking unexpectedly shy. Thanks for dinner. I really had fun. Honestly, I did. So did I. I think we shall have to do that again sometime. Emmy laughs at my deadpan delivery and nods. I see you bright and early tomorrow morning, right? You've got to run off that bread after all. Of course, despite the fact that you ate most of it. Yes, despite that. See you later, Hisao. As Emmy turns her head inside, I notice something weird. Something so weird that I'm surprised I didn't notice it earlier. She's limping slightly, favoring the left leg. Hey, Emmy! Is your leg okay? Emmy looks confused, or at least fakes confusion. What are you talking about? Your right leg, you're limping. There's the briefest flash of concern on Emmy's face. Either she didn't want me to know, or she didn't think I'd notice, or I prefer to think she didn't realize it. Oh, that. She shrugs casually. Must have gotten knocked out of alignment during the picnic. No idea what would have caused that, of course. I think back to being pinned under the tree. You should have told me. We could have stopped and fixed it, you know. Emmy waves her hand airily. Nah, it's not that big of a deal. Don't worry about it, okay, Hisao? It's fine. Why do I get the feeling that she's convincing herself as well as me? Damn it, I hate decisions like this. Because, personally, I would probably let it rest. But, also, in the back of my mind, I would probably be like, you have to keep asking her, because clearly she's not going to tell me on her own. I'm not going to look up a walkthrough. Not yet. I'll wait till I hit an ending before I start looking up walkthroughs. Damn it. I'll press her. Are you absolutely sure? You don't want to go ahead and adjust it before heading up the stairs? You could get hurt if you don't, right? I said it was fine, Hisao. Seriously, don't worry about it. I've got some experience in these matters after all. Yeah, I suppose so. Emmy grins reassuringly. Honestly, Hisao, I appreciate the concern, but I really am okay. Not really, I need to get going. Your attempts to keep me around are doomed to fail. Of course. just prolonging the goodbye, I suppose. Another grin lights up Emmy's face. Good night, Hisao. Hey, the sun's still out. Good night. As she limps inside, I find myself hoping she's okay, despite her assurances that she's fine. I think we can call this a successful first date. Hell, any day that ends with Emmy pinning me under a tree to kiss me can't be bad, can it? I head back to my room, mentally thanking the gods that Kenji didn't ambush me in the hallway and get started on my homework. Please tell me we will not interact with him ever again. But in all honesty, if I thought that there was something wrong with her leg, I would have approached the nurse. Be like, is she really okay? Like, is there something wrong with her legs? I know that, like, they're abrasive under there. I don't know. The morning is far too early for my taste. It doesn't help that I had trouble sleeping last night. There were simply too many things to think about. My mind refused to slow down. Instead, I replayed the rooftop, the park, and everything else over and over in my mind. There's a small part of my mind that's still paranoid that this has all been some kind of joke. Then I'll meet up with Emmy at the track, and she'll act like nothing happened yesterday. Pushing these thoughts to the back of my mind, I throw on my running clothes and open the door. Your meds! Emmy's waiting for me with her usual smile. You're late. Or at least you're not early today. Are you tired or something? I find myself ruefully rubbing the back of my head. Something like that, yeah. Lots to think about and all that. Emmy giggles at my mild understatement. Yeah, I didn't sleep that well either. I was actually glad you weren't early, because I wasn't early either. I wonder if the same subject kept us awake. The image of her weeping face passes through my mind. What kept you up? Emmy's expression falters, but she quickly notices my curiosity and forces a smile. Nothing important. She obviously is not telling me something. The question is, should I press the issue? Something's clearly been bothering her for a while. I want to help her, but would it just come off as me being nosy? She's gotta know I care about her, though. Are you sure? If something's bothering you, I'm here to help you sort it out. Emmy laughs then, but it's not her usual laugh. There's an edge to it. It seems almost bitter. Sort it out? I'm not sure it can be sorted out, Hisao. An almost grim smile crosses her lips. It's like a smile of resignation. And I think you could help me anyway. That hurts. I don't want to say that it hurts to her, but it does. Doesn't she realize I want to be there for her when things go wrong? Well, I won't push you on the matter. But I'm here for you if you decide to later that you'd like to talk about it. It might help. I can see the debate raging behind Emmy's eyes. It seems like she wants to tell me, but she's not sure whether or not she can. Hey, forget about it for now, okay? We've got running to do. The mention of running, something that she can handle, brings Emmy back to her usual self. Right. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to end the part here. I'm approaching my 30-minute mark. So anyway, these guys are adorable, like super cute, super kawaii. Makes me regret being single. Sigh. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, hit the subscribe button. And you are now exiting the Shadyverse. My name's Shades, and I hope you've enjoyed your day in the shade. See you guys later.